Tennessee, 1817. A quiet farming community along the Red River. No murders, no wars, no disasters. Just one family living an ordinary life until something arrived. Something that scratched at the walls after dark. Something that spoke without a body. Something that claimed it could be everywhere at once. For 4 terrifying years, the Bell family would be tormented by an unseen force. A force that allegedly beat children, predicted future events, spoke with visitors, and may have murdered the family's patriarch. This wasn't merely a ghost story. It became one of America's most famous hauntings, a case so strange that even future President Andrew Jackson was rumored to have investigated it himself. Tonight, we open Black Files Case 004, The Bell Witch, the spirit that terrorized a family. The story begins with a farmer named John Bell Sr. In 1804, John Bell moved his family from North Carolina to what is now Adams, Tennessee. The Bells prospered. They owned hundreds of acres of fertile land. They were respected in the community, and for more than a decade, life seemed normal. Then, sometime around 1817, strange events began. John Bell reportedly saw a bizarre animal on his property. Some describe it as a dog. Others said it looked like a rabbit with a dog's head. Whatever it was, it vanished when approached. The family dismissed the encounter at first, but it wouldn't be the last. Soon, the sounds began. Scratching, knocking, chains dragging across the floor, something moving through the walls at night. And every evening, the noises returned. Louder, closer, more aggressive. The Bell family was no longer alone. As the weeks passed, the disturbances escalated. The sounds transformed into something far more disturbing. A voice. An actual voice. Invisible. Disembodied, yet capable of holding conversations. Witnesses claimed it could speak intelligently. It knew personal details about strangers. It recited religious passages. It sang hymns, and it answered questions. The entity eventually identified itself. Its name? Kate. Or as history would remember it, the Bell Witch. Nobody knew exactly what Kate was. A ghost? A demon? A spirit? Or something else entirely? The voice offered different explanations, sometimes claiming to be a disturbed spirit, other times claiming origins beyond human understanding. What everyone agreed upon was this: whatever it was, it hated the Bell family. Soon after, the hauntings became violent, especially toward 2 people, John Bell and his daughter, Betsy Bell. Witnesses claimed Betsy was slapped, pinched, scratched, and dragged by unseen forces. Some mornings she reportedly woke up covered in bruises. Others claimed they watched invisible hands pull her hair. The attacks became so severe that visitors stayed overnight simply to witness them. The Bell Witch seemed obsessed with Betsy, and nobody knew why. Some stories suggest the entity wanted to stop Betsy's relationship with a local man. Others suggest it simply enjoyed causing suffering. Whatever the reason, the torment continued for years. The family's home became a spectacle. Curious travelers arrived from miles away. Many allegedly left convinced that they had witnessed something impossible. Then comes one of the most famous parts of the legend: the visit of future U.S. President Andrew Jackson. According to the story, Jackson heard rumors about the Bell Witch and decided to investigate personally. As his wagon approached the Bell property, it suddenly stopped. The horses refused to move, no matter how hard the men pushed. Then an unseen voice allegedly called out from the woods, telling them they could proceed. That night, Jackson and his men supposedly witnessed paranormal activity firsthand. One story claims a skeptical visitor was attacked by an invisible force. Another says Jackson later declared he would rather fight the British again than confront the Bell Witch. Did it actually happen? Historians remain divided. Evidence is scarce, but the tale became part of the Bell Witch folklore and remains one of its most enduring legends. By 1820, John Bell's health was failing. He suffered mysterious episodes, periods of weakness, difficulty speaking, and worsening physical decline. Then one morning, he could not be awakened. According to the legend, the family discovered a small vial filled with a dark liquid. Not medicine, not something anyone recognized. The Bell Witch immediately claimed responsibility, boasting that it had poisoned John Bell while he slept. When the liquid was allegedly tested on a cat, the animal reportedly died. Soon after, John Bell himself passed away. The Bell Witch celebrated, singing songs, laughing, and declaring victory over old Jack Bell. If true, it would be one of the only hauntings in American history where a supernatural entity openly claimed murder. But was it murder? Or simply folklore growing darker over time? No one knows. Following John Bell's death, the activity began to decline. The attacks became less frequent. The voice appeared less often. Then, in 1821, the Bell Witch vanished. But before leaving, it allegedly made a promise it would return. Some accounts say the spirit returned years later to visit members of the Bell family. Others claim it fulfilled predictions it had made decades earlier. The stories grew, the legend spread, and eventually, the Bell Witch became part of American folklore itself. So what was the Bell Witch? Believers argue it was one of the most thoroughly documented hauntings in American history. Hundreds of witnesses reportedly claimed to experience the phenomenon firsthand. Skeptics disagree. Some historians point to local disputes involving a neighbor named Kate Batts. Others believed exaggeration, rumor, and mass hysteria transformed ordinary events into a supernatural saga. Medical theories also have emerged. Some researchers suggest John Bell may have suffered from a neurological illness or even accidental poisoning. Such explanations could account for at least part of the story, but no theory explains everything. Not the voices, not the witnesses, not the stories that have survived for more than 2 centuries, which is exactly why the Bell Witch refuses to die. Today, visitors still travel to Bell Witch Cave, hoping to uncover the truth behind the legend. Was the Bell Witch a ghost? A hoax? A case of mass delusion? Or something far stranger? More than 200 years later, the answer remains hidden somewhere between history and nightmare. And perhaps that's what makes the Bell Witch so terrifying. Not that we know what happened, but that we still don't. If you enjoyed this case file, please subscribe to Black Files and join us as we uncover the world's strangest mysteries, disappearances, and unexplained phenomena. Because sometimes the truth isn't buried, it's waiting in the dark.